One of the most hottest topic today are condominium unit values in Metro Manila really falling. Let's find out. So is it true residential condominium units values in Metro Manila are falling? The short answer, yes. And here are the top 5 reasons why. The first reason, migration. During the 2020 pandemic, many people left Metro Manila because of the virus. Number 2 reason, remote jobs. In 2024, Philippines is among the biggest market for remote jobs. There are about 1.8 million people who are employed as virtual assistants all around the country. And these Filipinos who are now comfortably working at home has no reasons to go back to Metro Manila because they can do their work in the comfort of their homes, in their hometown provinces. Number 3, decentralization. For the past 10 years, even previous 2 administrations, the Philippines, the government has continually pushed for decentralization of Metro Manila. And the past 4 years, we have accelerated that trend. And therefore, the decentralization trend also impacted the demand for Metro Manila condominiums because there are now commercial developments in a lot of the nearby provinces. The decentralization is not necessarily a bad thing because the goal of the government is to distribute the opportunities and decongest the traffic in Metro Manila. Over the past 4 years, this has accelerated. And since it was accelerated post-pandemic, Filipinos felt that they already have jobs in their hometown provinces and they don't really need to go back to Metro Manila to find work because opportunities are already in the provinces. Number 4 reason, POGO exodus. There are nearly 300,000 POGO workers who have already left the Philippines over the last 4 years. And this somewhat affected the demand of condominiums across Metro Manila, thereby increasing the vacancy. Last but not the least, the most important, the 5th reason that nobody is talking about, tax policies, VAT, and zonal values. In 2024, many Filipinos, OFWs, who started to sell their investment condominiums in Metro Manila realized that they are actually not making money from their investment. And let me tell you why. As I said, VAT and zonal value. Many of these hardworking Filipinos invested in condominiums because of the promise that they can rent out their condominiums to earn rental income to pay their daily expenses. But what many people do not know is that when you rent out your condominiums, it becomes an ordinary asset. BIR, our Bureau of Internal Revenue, sees it as an ordinary asset, and now it will be subjected to value-added tax of 12% by the time you sell your condominium. So imagine, that is additional 12%. The only tax that you're supposed to pay is 6% capital gains tax. But since you have rented it out, you will now have to pay for the 12% value-added tax, a total of 18%. Immediately, triple of the taxes that you're only supposed to pay. The other thing is zonal values. And let me tell you how zonal value is affecting real estate, especially condominiums. The most recent update was 2024, wherein the BIR updated all of the zonal values. And prior to 2024, it was 2020. So if you look at the zonal value for condominiums, you will notice that across the board, it's about 20 to 30% higher than market value. And what does it mean for you and for those condominium investors? You are going to pay taxes based on a zonal value that is higher than the actual selling price that you actually sold your condominium. So for example, you have a condominium, the zonal value is 3.9 million, but you only found a buyer who's willing to pay 3 million pesos, and therefore you sold it at 3 million pesos. 6% will be computed. That 6% capital gains tax will be computed not based on the 3 million, but actually based on the 3.9 million. So you will already be paying an extra of 54,000 premium because of the 900,000 difference. So earlier, remember what I said? Value-added tax. Because you rented out that condominium to somebody else, BIR is going to assess your property as an ordinary asset. So on top of the capital gains tax, which is 468,000 pesos. So that is your VAT. Then you add up your capital gains tax of 6%, which is around 234,000. And the total tax payment as a seller that you have to pay BIR becomes 702,000. So the 3 million pesos that was paid to you by the buyer, you deduct the 700,000, even the commission of the broker or agent then you will be left with almost 2 million pesos. So a typical condominium investor who resell their units to another buyer will now have only around 66 to 67% left in their pocket. So imagine that 3 million that was paid to you, only 2 million pesos will be left in your pocket. And I think the solution here is for the government to have a proactive effort to update this tax policy, because real estate is a storage of wealth for many Filipinos. This is where they put their hard-earned money, and eventually they hope that they can retire using these real estate investments to sustain them in the future, and eventually let their kids inherit these condominiums. So those are all of the top 5 reasons why condominium unit values in Metro Manila are falling. But there's a solution. Number one simple solution: we must update our tax policies immediately. How? Remove 12% value-added tax on selling of condominiums, even if it has already been rented out. Number 2, update the ridiculously high zonal value, because obviously it's 20-30% higher than the market values. And I understand when these zonal values were studied by the government, it was in an assumption of pre-pandemic. But now, since pandemic, real estate values have slowed down, and therefore, I think there's a need to reevaluate this once again. So there you go. I hope you find this video helpful, and thank you very much.